Dun, dun, dun.
It's Sammy. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Sammy's new haircut. Oh, check this
Sammy
out.
is sporting a new haircut, and they always put the cutest little bandanas on. Look, he's got a little bandana that's got dog bones on it. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Good
give me
afternoon, everybody. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Tony. Long time no see, Tony. Oh my goodness. Happy Friday. Oh yes. How do we look? Holy buckets, has it been a very productive, very busy, crazy week. Oh my gosh, we have so much to share with you today, but we want to wait just a few minutes while people are jumping on. Hi, Leanne. Oh, my buddy Leanne. Oh my gosh, you guys. You know what? I will tell you this. It's slightly beginning to feel like fall here in Florida. Paul, tell them about the weather this morning.
It was amazing when Sammy gets me up here about 7 o'clock in the morning. We go outside. I actually felt a slight chill in the breeze. It was like 74, but I mean, that's like winter down here in Florida. So we were feeling so good this morning.
As I was back in bed.
Well, tomorrow I get to go out on my Saturday and cut all that good green stuff that grows so well in Florida.
Yeah.
Yard work.
All right. Well, we are here, the three of us today. I'm not sure if I'm going to see Ellen jump on. Ellen was actually out on the road the last couple of days, so I'm going to mention that a little bit later. So we don't have anybody fielding questions today, but if Paul sees one of your questions fly by, we'll go ahead and try to answer it to the best that we can. So when you jump on, just say hello, where you're coming to us from, and then of course, if you watch this later and you're catching it on replay, just hit replay where you're coming from, and let's get to the list. Okay, so what's been going on in the shop this week? Well, some quilting's been going on by yours truly. Oh my gosh. It just felt so good, you guys, to be back in the shop and actually quilting. Like, I hadn't set my hands on my machines in weeks. So I brought some quilts home from some friends of mine that I was on retreat with. And so I got going on one of those quilts. Feels so good. I was doing a little bit of experimenting also, wasn't I? I was doing some long arming, but I was doing some embroidery work on the long arm. Oh my gosh, yep. So you saw all of that post that I put up about the embroidery designs that I was stitching out using my long arm. So here's the deal on that, you guys. I know so many people have been reaching out asking me to do some sort of a tutorial or a class or whatnot. I just want to give you this is like being completely honest with you. Anything that I do from now until probably about the springtime of next year, first of all, probably going to be, it will be shared with our owners first, and then we will decide how we're putting it out, if it's going to be a class or if it's going to be a webinar or whatnot. Now, I do want to let you know that I still am planning some free content. As a matter of fact, just this week, I did the recording for a tip of the week. Now, I know I haven't been doing those every week, clearly. Let's just call it a tip of the whatever week it lands on. Yeah, of this week. So watch for that over the weekend. I just have to do the editing on that, and it's a easy, simple one, but it's one that a lot of people ask me about. So watch for that. The other thing that in the way of online content is that I put 2 chapters of my double wedding ring class up live on the site this week. So just quick review, if you're interested in the double wedding ring, you have to buy the class, then you buy the kit, and then you get access to my online class. And I have been releasing it in short segments, about 15-minute segments, and I think I have about 2 or 3 more segments on that to put up. I have to do the final segment on construction and then I have a segment that I did on tips and quilting, and then I plan to do one entire chapter on just the layout of it, the pro stitch, or how you approach quilting those quilts. Okay, so that's all on our website if you're interested in the double wedding ring. Hi Kevin, if you're interested in that, just hop on over there and get that ordered. But it was so good to be back here in the studio this week. I just got so much done, and Paul is going to talk to you in a minute about what he had going on, like blitzed. I mean, completely blitzed. Okay, so that takes me down through the tip of the week. I will get that up over the weekend. I did a post yesterday or the day before. Handy Quilter has extended the promotion they were offering this month. So if you're interested in getting a new machine, I think we added a handful of owners over this past 3 weeks. So Paul and I are super excited to be bringing new owners on board. We're going to have to do some traveling, some training for that. But if you are still thinking about that machine and you want to get some freebies from Handy Quilter in the way of feet and extra patterns, and I forget what else they were throwing in there, but it was a pretty nice little promotion. Give us a call over the weekend. We'll want to talk to you about that. Okay, next on my list was Tex going to Utah. Paul, give us an update.
Okay, so I'm starting to sign up people going to Utah in November. I believe it was the 11th to the 14th, but don't quote me on that. But it's people that know when they're going. So we're adding, well, I just signed up the 5th person, no names, but I do have to mention a state for one of these. She's nervous. And we just might have to go out to personally train them. No, okay. So we have a couple who we will be announcing later on. We don't want to put their name out there too early here, but they're signing up from Hawaii. Turns out there's quilters in Hawaii that can't get their machines timed. So guess what? We've got a great couple that is going to go get certified and represent us in Hawaii. So I'm sure some of our current techs would volunteer to go out and do service in Hawaii.
Wait, the boss volunteers.
Yes. So we really are. I mean, people are seeing us all over the place, and actually we helped out this couple. They moved with their machine to Hawaii, and they had issues, and we were able to help them out from Florida and get them a timing kit, get them back up and running, and they're like, you guys are wonderful. Can we join you? And so that's what we want. We want people that like our model of service, and we're just growing. So that adds a lot of work to myself. So what's on your list before I jump off script?
The next thing was your auto contact calendar.
Okay. I might make it a little prettier, but right now I've had many people that go, I need assistance with my computer, whether they're owners or not. When can we do this? Now, that usually requires 1 or 2 email exchanges. I'm too busy for that. So what I've implemented right now is anyone who needs time with me to talk computers, to talk troubleshooting, to talk anything, you can go on to our Contact Us page on the website, scroll down a little, because right now it's the second item, and you can actually put yourself on my calendar. You can block out an hour with Paul, and I would prefer that you do that. Just leave me a little note about what it's about, but I'm having to manage my time, and I will call you back, or if I'm more than 10 minutes late, you call me back during that time, but I will expect to set that time aside for you. So you don't have to ask anymore whether I'm available. If it's on the calendar, it's yours.
So it made me think of something, you guys, while Paul was talking, that affects both he and I. What we would really like for you to do as much as possible is to contact us through email or through our shop phone number line. Okay, I am going to start weeding myself off of Facebook Messenger. It's not that you can't reach out to me that way. It's just that those messages get too far gone in, and they're harder to search. They're harder for us to keep track of. So if you start messaging me on Facebook and you start getting an automated reply that says, thanks for reaching out, but please email, it's not that we don't want to talk to you. It's just that it's easier for us to manage all of our contacts in that manner. Yes?
That's a good idea. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, is that all? You wanted to go off script? Or was that what you wanted to talk about?
I wasn't sure what the script was. She doesn't tell me anything. So, no, and part of this process we're putting in place is we know we're going to be on our cruise in November for 10 days. The world's not going to stop. So we have other people in training to fill in for us. And we need these processes in place so that we can make sure you still get a response if we're
Yes.
out at sea.
So, you guys, this whole group really was started for me as a platform to share with you what I was doing with Pro Stitcher. But it has really evolved and grown and changed over the years to be much more sharing amongst you all yourselves. Also a place for Paul and I to share what we're doing with our business, how we're growing and reaching out. So when we take a little bit of time off, we're just going to want you all to keep sharing, keep helping each other, keep chattering about MK and PK and Samson. We appreciate when you do that. We appreciate when you help each other. And if you are in our owners club or in our tech group, we're going to be talking to you offline a little bit about ways that you can help us specifically when we're gone. Shippy's going to continue. Teresa comes every day. Samson barks at her every day. But we want things to continue. Ellen will be here. She's a shop manager. So we have really put a lot into place so that as we have grown, we can be gone here and there and doing things that we're doing, and you all just keep doing what you're doing and helping each other. And it's really a great thing. That's the beautiful way that social media should be. Okay, positive and fun and helpful, right? Okay, that it, honey?
Yes.
Okay. Next on my list was about the wide backs. So we did a closeout sale this week. Ellen and I pulled out anything that we had in the way of wide backings, and we just sold it all. I lowered the price and I just got it out of here because we are going to be bringing in some new backings, wide backs. Ellen and I are going to pick them. Basically, I'm going to leave it up to Ellen. So she's going to pick a handful of new wide backs. You're going to see a different price point on those. They're going to be a little bit higher, but they're also more fancy. Okay, they're more highly printed, different kinds of things. So you're going to see a bit of price hike, but they're going to be glorious and beautiful, and you're going to want these for yourselves and maybe even for your customers. Okay, so watch for that. Okay, speaking of Ellen, I'm not sure if I saw Ellen jump on, but Ellen worked a little bit extra last week and a little bit on a day she doesn't normally work this week so that she could take a little bit of time off and head up to the Jacksonville Quilt Fest here in Florida. So it's a big quilt show here in Florida, and a really exciting thing I hope that you saw was her 8-year-old daughter Zoe had a quilt in the show in the junior category, and she got her little ribbon and she was so excited. Zoe actually quilted that quilt herself. I'm not exactly sure how they all did the piecing, but it's a family affair with Ellen. So Ellen's mom and Ellen are owners with us, and then Zoe is coming up the ranks, a new quilter. So that's really excited. So Zoe, congratulations on your quilt.
Carol Albrecht, one of our techs, just signed in from Scotland there. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol. Oh,
we are truly an international organization now. Thank you very much.
Wow, Carol. Well, have a great, great time over there. Wonderful. And I know, we'll talk later about the owners event, but I know Carol can't come to that. She's really bummed. Okay, so what's next on my list? A different Carol. So I'm not sure if I saw Carol Archer hop on, but Carol, if you're watching, we wanted to just stop for a few minutes and talk a little bit more about Carol and our situation with our sub-retailership between Carol from Ohio Star Quilts and MK Quilts. Okay, so Paul was just on the phone with Carol earlier today, again, ironing out some more of the details on how this is all going to work. And Paul, just raise your hand if you want to jump in. But let me just reiterate for those of you who are new or kind of missed the 411, and especially any of you that are up there in the Akron, Ohio area. So Carol Archer is the owner of Ohio Star Quilts. It is a fantastic full service quilt shop. Okay, I was up there a couple of months ago doing a sim session, and Carol's an owner with us, and we just started this whole discussion about, you know what, she would like to be able to offer machine sales through her shop, and she would like to have MK and PK behind that, helping her out with that, and also offering her clients, her long arm clients, everything that we offer here at MK Quilts. So first of all, I want you to check out all of Carol's social media, Ohio Star Quilts, her website. They do a lot with social media. Carol does lots of classes through her shop. She does long arm rentals through the shop. They just have a lot going on there at Ohio Star Quilts, and now they're going to add selling machines to the mix. Okay, so Carol is going to be one of those individuals that's heading out to Salt Lake City in November to get fully certified, and so she can do her own tech. She's got a tech in-house that does domestic machines, going to help her out a bit on the long arm side. So she is basically got a spot. She's ready to go. She's got 2 machines in the shop already. So look for that. Carol and I and Paul will perhaps be announcing some other events that we're going to do collaboratively over the next.
She hasn't been drinking.
I have not. Those types of events are probably going to roll out over the next several months. We just need to get Carol certified. We need to get her some product on her store floor and just get her up and going. So we are so super excited, over the moon, to have this official sub-retailership. And basically what that means is anybody who buys a machine from Carol will get us behind the deal. Okay, all of my training, we'll make sure that we help her if she needs that on any installation, warranty work. We are there behind that deal, and we just want Carol to be successful, and we want you to be able to shop locally there in Akron, Ohio, but still get us behind the deal. Okay, so Carol, yay! If I had streamers and silly string, I would spray it right now. But we're super excited. Anything else about that, Paul, that I didn't cover?
No, I'm just excited because there's not a franchise. She's a retailer. She's just affiliating with us because of, the values, the community we have. And so we're happy to have her part of the community. And stop in, you can get parts from her, just like from us, things like that. So we'll be working with her over the next couple months to get her up and going. But we just want to take over the world with our community here.
No, not quite. Well, with our social media community, yes, we can take over the world. We've got followers all over the world, but really we sell here in the United States. Okay, so I'll make that very clear. Support your distributors and whatnot in all of the other countries where Handy Quilter is. So exciting. What? Why are you laughing at me?
Thank you for clarifying that, because in case somebody...
In case somebody's like...
I'm really not taking over the world. Okay.
No, we're not taking over the world. Okay, the next thing on my list was just a brief mention about our owners event coming up next year. And I mention it here because I know that you all aren't owners with us, but we're hoping that you consider us at some point in the future. We are having a big owners event. I'm calling it a retreat, but it's really like an event, some training, some fun, some swag, some, just time with us. So if you are on the fence between now and the beginning part of next year about getting a machine, who you're going to buy from, wouldn't you like to come to Florida in March? I was just booking venues this week, booking dinner events, and Ellen and I and Ellen's mom have been planning about what we're going to offer in the way of training and events and content for our owners. So it's going to be awesome. Did you raise your hand?
I raised my finger.
Oh.
Another way to get to Florida is if you buy a machine, you can come to us for training versus us coming to you, which, depending how cold it gets here in December, January timeframe, it might be a nice option for you as well. So that's something else we've added to our process for getting you trained should you buy a machine, is you might want to come into a studio and have multiple machines to play with and learn from the best here.
I just had a follower stop today. Tony stopped by and she walked in the door and she's like, "Oh my gosh, here it is. It's so cool to see it like for real." I'm like, "Yep, this here I am. This is where I work." So yes, of course we would love to have you in Florida for the owners event, but we'd also just love to have you in Florida for training on your new machine. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, the next thing is super, super exciting. Paul and I were just talking about this right before we went live. Paul hopped on over to the website and created a product for you. Now, I dropped a little bit of a hint about this last week. I had to talk to the printer and just basically get some details ironed out and decide about how Paul and I were going to handle this. I don't know, it looks like it got darker on me there.
I know, it's like...
The lighting is being weird on us. Okay.
Touch my face.
Okay. Let me...
Ooh. Ow.
Okay, sorry you guys. It just looks weird on our end. Hopefully it doesn't look weird on your end. Okay, so last week I dropped a little bit of a hint about something that we would like to do heading into the fall show season. So Paul put a product up online and this is what we're going to do. We are going to have some t-shirts printed, okay? And we're just going to order a bundle of them, okay? So it's not going to be an unlimited supply. If you want to get in on this, you should probably get in like soon. What we're going to do is we're first of all going to reach out to those of you who are going to Houston at the end of October, okay? Houston is a corporate handy quilter show, okay?
Paul's saying it's getting darker, so I'm trying to...
Okay.
Here,
let's try to back up a little bit closer to the light, maybe.
Oh, it's
I don't know. It's kind of like weird.
Weirding out on us here. So
okay,
if we disappear,
we apologize. Okay, it's just weird lighting today. All right. So what we're gonna do for any of you who are going to Houston. Houston, as I mentioned, is a Handy Quilter corporate show. And we would like you, if you would be willing, to do a little bit of marketing recon for us, okay? So what we're gonna do is we are willing to give you one of our shirts. It's gonna say something close to what the picture is that Paul just put up on the website, okay? About I Quilt the MK Way with our website on there. If you are willing to wear that in Houston and take at least 10 of our flyers and just talk to people about, you know what, I'm a follower of MK. If you happen to see somebody in the Handy Quilter booth and they're really talking about that Pro Stitcher, you know, you might want to just talk to them and say, if you're
going to support you after you buy
right,
it.
If you're interested, maybe you should consider MK and PK, and you can tell them about us and you can hand them a flyer. We have been told that's okay.
Flyer.
You could put your name in the flyer so that when that person decides to buy their lovely machine, you get some referral credit for that, okay? So, free t-shirt. We're just asking you to advertise for us. And we just have to get them ordered. I talked to the printer before I went on live, and so we're gonna give them a dollar amount and say, give us as many shirts as you can for this amount, and then we're gonna get them and we'll ship them out to you. Now, if y'all are not going to Houston, and you would like a shirt, they're going to be for sale on the website, and we're going to have some sort of a different promotion for you guys to take pictures and get some freebies from us too. Okay, so watch later about that. We really want to get the push on the shirts out for Houston. Okay, so any like takers, hands up. Who's going to Houston? Who's going to Houston? Okay, so like I said, it's up on the website already. You can just pick your size. We'll get them ordered. We'll get them shipped to you as soon as we can. And then you can be the little MK marketing machines out there for us in Houston. Okay. I think that's it. Other than I wanted to mention that right before I hopped on, I posted a little who might be interested in having me in Vermont for training next year. Had somebody said that they would be interested in hosting me up there in Vermont. So I put up a post with a little star where I might be. She's willing to host me. And I've got an owner up that way. I already had some people in New York that said they were interested. So it's kind of a central location there, close to, easy to get to from Boston and, you know, just in New York and even the lower part of Canada. So if you're interested in that, post comments on that post, and then I will work it out with my host. Okay? All right. Anything else, honey, before I show them what's on the frames?
Nope, because Sammy is hot.
Oh, that's
He's
Sammy
hot.
dog. That's Sammy dog. Okay, well, my first show and tell is, let me just hold up the piece that I had on the frame that I showed you with my embroidery. And you see my MK Quilts logo there. Thank you to my very dear friend Leanne for digitizing that for me. So those are embroidery designs. You guys, this block, this one right here, that beautiful red work block, that took over 30 minutes to stitch out on my Infinity. Holy smokes, but it's really, really pretty. Okay, let's see what else we got on the frame over here. We have a beautiful quilt that is one of Deb Heatherly's. It was a mystery quilt this past summer, and one of my friends on retreat finished hers up, and I got to go ahead and bring it home with me from retreat, and that's on the frame. And what's over on this other side on McForte? Oh my gosh. Yep, you guessed it. Those are some Dream Big panels that I have had here in the shop for months, and I have been wanting to try my hand at stitching those out. So I have a couple of sets that I bought, and again, I don't know if I'm gonna make this a class or what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm probably just gonna turn the camera on while I'm working my way through these Dream Big panels, and I might make it a stitch along, I might make it some sort of a class or a YouTube, I don't know. I haven't decided, but I am going to get going on some Dream Big panels over there on my Pro Stitcher. Over here, we got a brand new McMara in the house because we sold our other one. And then over here in the other corner where we used to have our Simply, yep, she went bye-bye. Oops, sorry, I just hit something. So our Simply floor model got sold to a local buyer, and I'm so excited and happy for her. And so Elizabeth, if you're watching, reach out to us. We have to schedule some training. And then also Ellen is teaching a ruler class here in the shop next week for some of our owners, and I can tell that the lighting is really weird, so I apologize about that. Don't know what's going on, but anyways, thank you guys for joining. There's a lot going on here as always. We appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. I feel like when I'm talking to you, like you're here. You know, it's really kind of surreal. So thanks for being a follower. Thanks for all of your business and your support, your encouragement. And until next week, everybody, from our studio to yours, happy quilting. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.